the Saale-Kreis district in Saxony-Anhalt, northwest of Halle. The curious site of the multiple burial near Salzmünde and a fascinating place for archaeologists. Björn Schlenker is responsible for the scientific aspects of the find. The archaeologist marks on a map the places where the prehistoric artifacts are found. From the air, he can see the Salzmünde of today in close vicinity to the famous earthworks. Today, very little of the original Neolithic ditched enclosure can be seen. Aerial photographs from the 1990s clearly reveal the oval-shaped double ditches enclosing the earthwork, which covers approximately 90 acres, the only known gate in the south, and the areas which were excavated between 2005 and 2007. They appear in a lighter colour than the surrounding field. The archaeologists have so far excavated almost 1/10 of the enormous site where they found the curious multiple burial. The mystery of Salzmünde has been occupying researchers for a long time. The long history of research goes back almost 100 years when the first archaeological finds turned up in a gravel pit on the west side of the earthwork. And now Björn Schlenker is continuing the work. He sought through the first excavation reports written in the 1920s and 30s, as well as numerous drawings and photos. What did his colleagues discover in those days? Were they aware of the mysterious character of the archaeological site? Clearly they were, as Björn Schlenker soon finds out. The researcher hopes to find new clues. He finds out that back in those days, the earlier researchers were puzzled to find graves of more than 100 individuals. They had also come across some multiple burial sites. In some old drawings, Schlenker finds illustrations of circular pits containing skeletons. Did they once bury people in their houses here? Researchers have since rejected this notion. Nevertheless, the circumstances of the find do seem to indicate some kind of ritual, including the multiple grave containing the 4 women clutching their children. They are lying on a layer of clay and were covered with a thick layer of broken and scorched vessels. Nothing new for Salzmünde. The old photo documentation also shows such shard-packed graves. A model landscape illustrates the very convenient location of the earthwork. The plateau where the people chose to settle is on a rise some 30 meters above the valleys of the rivers Saale and Salza. A sound choice. Protected and near to water, it was an ideal location for a settlement. The double ditch and the walls of the earthwork indicate some sort of fortification, clearly an important centre in those days. The researchers are puzzled above all by the large number of skeletons found, and especially the way they were buried. Several of the individuals buried in the multiple grave reveal traces of burning and skull injuries. On one of the skeletons, the skull is missing completely. Why? Was this a special place for the dead? The answer to this question is still something of a mystery. Björn Schlenker continues with his research. Maybe the anthropologists will be able to provide him with some clues to help solve the mystery of the Salzmünde burial site.